Best NBA player from each team going from the worst to the best. Number 30 the Houston Rockets. It is Fred VanVleet, the Raptors legend who helped the Raptors win a championship in 2019. It's his first season on the Rockets but he's already their best player. 20 points a game, 7 assists, he's good. The problem is his field goal percentage. 39%. That's pretty bad. But there's nobody better on the Rockets. Number 29. The Portland Trailblazers. Okay, so Damian Lillard is gone. I'm sure they have another superstar. Jeremy Grant. What? Isn't this guy a role player? Hold on, let's look a little bit closer. 21 points per game. 50% field goal percentage. 40% from 3. Jeremy Grant should have been an all-star last season but nobody talked about it because he's Jeremy Grant. WHO knows Jeremy Grant, but with Damian Lillard gone he is easily their best player. Please don't talk about DeAndre Ayton. He is simply not on the same level as Grant. Number 28. The Detroit Pistons. The one, the only, Cade Cunningham. 20 points per game, 6 rebounds. 6 assists all in his rookie season. I know he got injured, he missed most of the season, but in the 12 games he played he showed us his skills. Look at him attacking the basket, look at his mid-range shot. His only weakness is his three-pointer, but it's his rookie season, that's gonna get better. And if he scored 20 points per game without a three-pointer, imagine how much he's gonna score with the three-pointer. Number 27 The San Antonio Spurs. We've got Victor Wembanyama 7'4", a unicorn, the next Giannis. He is second place. Bro, he hasn't proven anything yet. You know who has proven himself. You know who is the best player on the Spurs. It is Devin Vassell. 19 points per game. 40% from 3. He is second place. The Spurs just gave him a 5-year, $146 million contract. Why did they give him that contract? Why? Because he made plays like this. Passes like this. And his three-point shot in his rookie season. 40%. That is deadly. Number 26. The Washington Wizards. This one is tough. We've got Kyle Kuzma. 21 points per game. And Jordan Poole. The new Wizard. Also with 21 points per game. Rebounds. Kuzma. Assists. Jordan. So how do we know who's better? I'll tell you. Kyle Kuzma was the best player on the Wizards. So it wasn't hard for him to score 21 points per game. Jordan Poole was on a team with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, and he still found a way to score 21. That is impressive. Jordan Poole, you are the best Wizard. Number 25, the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, it is Ben Simmons. Psych, get off my screen, Ben. And let me see the legend, Mikal Bridges. Maybe the best defender in the NBA. He is so good, the Nets literally traded Kevin Durant to get Mikal Bridges. All the best defenders in the league, they don't score a lot of points, but Mikal Bridges scores 20 points while playing all-star defense. And also, there's not a lot of good players on the net, so it was an easy decision. Number 24, the Charlotte Hornets. The Melo Ball. The best player from the Ball brothers. 23. 7 rebounds, 9 assists. When I think of LaMelo, I think of shooting. But this guy is top 10 in the NBA in assists per game. The Charlotte Hornets' only chance at being a good team in the next 10 years is LaMelo Ball. Number 23, the Orlando Magic. The one, the only, Paolo Banchero. Last season's Rookie of the Year. 20 points per game. 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Paolo looked like an old-time scorer. His mid-range shot was deadly. And he's 6'10" as a small forward. I think we have a superstar in the making with Paolo Banchero. And when he starts shooting a good three-point percentage, he's gonna be scary on offense. Number 22, the Utah Jazz. Larry McKinnon. You are gonna be shocked when I tell you his stats. This guy who made the All-Star team last season averaged 26 points per game. That is more than all these players. 50% field goal percentage, 40% from 3, and he's overscored, 7 feet tall. He even won Most Improved Player of the Year. When you can dunk, hit the mid-range shot, and hit threes from this deep as a 7-footer, you are impressive. Number 21, the Sacramento Kings. An impossible decision. We have 2 All-Stars, De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. De'Aaron scores more points, but Sabonis gets more rebounds and even more assists. He's a center getting more assists than his point guard. Most people think De'Aaron is the better player. I'm sorry, but Sabonis is the best. Number 20. The Indiana Pacers. One of the most underrated players in the league. Tyrese Haliburton. 21 points per game, 10.5 assists per game. He has the same stats as James Harden. The only difference is he plays on the Pacers, so nobody pays attention to him. But I'm paying attention because his stats aren't only better than James Harden. He actually gets more assists, shoots a higher field goal percentage, and a higher three-point percentage. My point is, everybody thinks Harden is a star, which is true, but Tyrese Haliburton is doing the same. But better, we've got to give him credit. Number 19, the Chicago Bulls. This is controversial. We've got DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. They score the same amount of points, they get the same amount of rebounds and the same amount of assists. On paper it's like they're the same exact player, which means we need to use the eye test. What do we see? See when they play. Zach LaVine is unstoppable. Sometimes he has really bad games. DeMar DeRozan is consistent. Every game he plays the same. So because he's more consistent, DeMar is the best on the Bull. Number 18, the Atlanta Hawks. It's Trae Young, Mr. Ice, in his veins, hitting threes from the logo, like it's easy, because it is easy for him. 26 points, 10 assists per game, but forget the stats. When we watch the Hawks, Trae Young is their entire offense. He is either scoring the ball, or getting an assist. Whenever Trae Young is out with an injury, the Hawks win, or terrible. When Trae Young plays, the Hawks are a playoff team. Number 17, the Toronto Raptors. Scotty Barnes is going to be a great player, but he's not the best. Because the best today is Pascal Siakam, an elite defender, an NBA champion. Most defensive players don't score the ball a lot, but Pascal is so good on top of his defense. He scores 24 points, gets 8 rebounds and 6 assists. He's not only a superstar, he's a balanced superstar because he has no weakness in his game. Number 6, the New York Knicks. Julius Randle. 25 points, 10 rebounds. When you think of the Knicks you probably think of Julius Randle, but Julius Randle is second place because we've got Jalen Brunson, the player who made the Knicks a relevant team. Julius Randle scores a little bit more, but Jalen Brunson has way better shooting percentages, a better field goal percentage, and a way better three-point percentage, and the cherry on top, Jalen Brunson is clutch. If it's a close game in the fourth quarter, give the ball to Jalen Brunson, and he will do stuff like this. Number 15, the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's not a spider, that's Donovan "Spider" Mitchell. The guy who almost won the scoring title last year. I'm not joking. This dude scored 28.5 points per game. Donovan Mitchell just had the best season of his career. He took the Cavaliers to the playoffs. The first player to do that for the Cavaliers. 14. The New Orleans Pelicans. A controversial decision. Zion Williamson or Brandon Ingram. Zion is an athletic freak. He makes plays that nobody else in the NBA can make. If we look at the stats, Zion is better than Brandon Ingram and more efficient. The problem: Zion doesn't play. He's always hurt. Last season, he only played 29 games. But we gotta stay focused. So even though he misses a lot of games, Zion is better than Brandon Ingram. It's just the truth. Number 13. The Boston Celtics. Is it Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum? I know what you're thinking. It's obviously Tatum. No, it's not obvious at all. Jaylen Brown is a more efficient scorer, scoring 27 points per game on 50% shooting. Tatum scores 30 points, but at 46. So on offense, it's actually a tie. Defense is the tiebreaker. Jaylen Brown is not that good at defense. But Tatum gets more than 1 steal and 1 block per game. So we're giving it to Jason Tatum. Is not even close. Because we've got Jimmy Buckets. Butler, one of the most efficient players in the league. He shoots 54%. If Jimmy Butler took as many shots as Jason Tatum every game, he would average like 35 points a game. And I'm not exaggerating, but we all know what I'm gonna say next. Jimmy Butler's defense is what makes him the best player on the Heat, but makes him one of the best players in the entire league. He is a 5-time All-Defensive NBA player. He locked Jason Tatum down last season in the Eastern Conference Finals. Tatum couldn't score, and Jimmy Butler won MVP for that series. But the best player in the league is Jason Tatum. Jimmy Butler is that he subscribed to Lost and Unbound because everyone knows when you're subscribed you get better at basketball, so hit that subscribe button. Number 11 The Phoenix Suns. A lot of people are saying Devin Booker is still the best player on this planet. He's scoring 28 points per game. He has one of the best mid-range shots in the league, so people think he's their best player. But those people are wrong. It is KD, Kevin Durant. He literally scores more points, more rebounds, more assists, and shoots way better percentages. What are these people talking about? Number 10, the Los Angeles Clippers. Last season, Kawhi Leonard averaged 23.8 points per game. Paul George also averaged 23.8 points per game. Kawhi got 6 rebounds. Paul George got 6 rebounds on defense. They are both amazing. It is so close. But you know what the tiebreaker is? Who helps the team win? Kawhi led the Spurs to a championship, the Raptors to a championship. He helps the team win. I'm not saying Paul George doesn't win games, but he's never even taken his team to the finals. So we're going with Kawhi Leonard. Number 9, the Memphis Grizzlies. John Morant. A troublemaker, but when he's not making trouble, he is incredible. Look at these plays. Look at what John Morant can do. He is a once-in-a-generation player. 26 points a game. He's kind of like prime Derrick Rose. Number 8 Minnesota Timberwolves. It is between Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. It is Anthony. Wait, which Anthony? Karl Anthony Towns or Anthony Edwards? For a lot of people this is a tough decision, but not for me. It is obviously Anthony Edwards. Every single game Anthony Edwards is amazing. He doesn't have bad games. He is an athletic freak. But what's most impressive about him? Most athletic freaks cannot shoot the three-point fall, but Anthony Edwards is a 37% three-point shooter. That's why he is so dominant. Number 7, the KC Thunder. My squad, Shea, Gill, Just Alexander. You're not gonna believe this. 32 points per game last season. Oh, he probably just took a lot of shots. 51% field goal percentage. How do you score that much and be that efficient? He was on the All-NBA first team last year. That means he was ahead of Steph Curry, ahead of Damian Lillard. The NBA literally voted saying he was the best point guard in the league. But the reason he's only number 7 and not higher is because that was only one season. If he has another season like that he will be in the top 5 in next year's video. Number 6 the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel, 33 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists per game as a center. Impressive, more impressive. Q1 MVP last year and on defense. He is a block machine. Block. The scariest part of Joel Embiid besides him being like 7'1" is his. He used to shoot 37% from 3, but last year it went down to 33, and he's still won MVP. So if he can get his three-point percentage back up to 37 this year, I'm not joking, he might score 40 points a game. Number 5, the Los Angeles Lakers. Everyone thinks it's LeBron James, but it's not. Anthony Davis is a much better defender, gets double the rebounds, shoots a higher field goal percentage, and is in his prime right now. LeBron is obviously the better player of all time, but we're talking about this season right now. And if I had to pick a player to be on my team, I would pick Anthony Davis over LeBron every single time. He is the best. Number 4, the Golden State Warriors. Draymond Green is the best at kicking people in the nuts. Stop kicking people in the nuts, Draymond. The best player is actually Steph, the Chef Curry. This dude is 35, but he's still the best. Oh, he's getting old. His three-point percentage probably is going down, right? Wrong. 43% from the three-point arc. The highest free throw percentage in the league. I bet it's a surprise for you guys that 35 because the way he plays, he looks like he's 25. How is a 35-year-old so fast and still so good? Number 3, the Milwaukee Bucks. It is between Dame Dollar Lillard and Giannis, 31 points per game last season. There's no way Damian scored more than that. 32. 5 points per game. But really, I just wanted to give Damian some respect. I just wanted you guys to know that it is close. But we all know at the end of the day, Giannis is the best on the Bucks. He gets 12 rebounds. He's one of the best defensive players in the league. And he's still young and in his prime. Lil Nerd is starting to get a little bit older, so we're going with Giannis. Number 2, the Denver Nuggets, Mr. Triple-double, Nikola Jokic. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, a 63% field goal percentage, 38% from 3. As a center, he is your dream player. He should have won MVP last season. Jokic is the smartest player in the league. Do you know how good you have to be a center and run the offense? A point guard center. That should be impossible. When Nikola Jokic is showing us, to him, it's possible. But there's one player even better than Jokic. Number 1, the Dallas Mavericks. Look, the best player on the maps and the best player in the NBA, but what about the best NBA player from each team of all time? I've got to see that.